Hey there, this is Solanjani. Welcome to my YouTube channel, MedSci. Today we are going to learn about the parts of the cardiac system. Are you ready to learn? So come, let's go and learn. Okay, today we are going to talk about the parts of the cardiac system. What do you mean by cardiac system? In the way of living, we can call it as heart. Okay, this heart is made of muscles, and also it pumps blood all along your body. Why do you want to pump blood? Because your complexity, you in the sense human, are so complex than Nigerians and the worms. So there should be a system which should pump the blood all over the body. Otherwise we can't get the blood all over our body. So this is the picture of heart, and you can see the interior parts either. So for the very first information I'm gonna tell you, this is made of 3 layers. The heart is made of 3 layers. So I have taken a snapshot and I've zoomed it. This is the zoomed picture of this snap. Here you can see endocardium. Endocardium is the inner layer. We are coming from inside to the outside. So endocardium is the inner layer, and the outer layer of this heart is pericardium. Pericardium is made of 2 layers. Those are visceral and serous. I have mentioned it. Visceral means if it's attached to the organ, we call it visceral. So this is visceral. Pericardium. Pericardium means it's the outer layer of heart. So here, this is visceral pericardium, and the inner layer is serous pericardium. So in between endocardium and pericardium, there is another layer that is called myocardium. Myo means muscles in English. So this is made of muscles. Okay, now I'm gonna draw this heart in a simple way. So you all tend to draw this all the time. Whenever you feel love, you show this heart. So it's easy for you to draw this heart. So I'm going to divide this heart into 4 pieces. Okay, these 2 pieces are called as atria. Atrium is singular and atria is plural. And these 2 things we call chambers. These 2 chambers are called as ventricles. So now I'm going to explain how blood flow in the heart happens. Okay, so let me draw this first. Okay, all the time blood enters the heart in atria. So it enters the right atrium. Okay, how can you identify the right and left atrium? So you have to think about a patient who is standing in front of you, and you have to think about his heart. So in front of you, a person is standing, and if the person is facing you, his heart is just in front of you, right? So the right part is this one. This is the right part, and the left part is this part. Blood enters the right atrium and flows through this valve. This is called tricuspid valve. So you have to remember this. Valves don't allow the blood to come back. So this is the one-way path. So you should remember that all the time. Valves never accept the return. So it enters the ventricle with the help of tricuspid valve. Here you can see tricuspid valve. it looks like cusps. So that's why there are 3 cusps. So we call that as tricuspids. Then it flows through this tricuspid, and this blood goes to the body. Okay, now I'm using another color pen. So this blood enters the left atrium and flows through this bicuspid. This is bicuspid, so there is only 2 cusps. Bicuspid, or it is called as mitral valves, and enters the right ventricle, and it goes back to somewhere. We'll discuss about it later. So here I've used 2 color pens. Why did I use blue color pen for left atrium and red pen for right atrium? Because that's the level of oxygen. Now I'm going to talk about the oxygen level. Here you can see here the blue arrow shows you that it's low oxygenated blood, in the sense it delivered all its oxygen to the body and it's coming back to the heart. So this is low oxygenated blood. So where do you think it comes from? Does it come from lungs? Do you think so? No. If it comes from our lungs, it means it has a lot oxygen, but here it's low in oxygen. So this is from body. This is used blood. Now it wants to reconcile it. So it's coming from the body with low oxygen, and it enters the left atrium and goes to left ventricle. Now here it's low, so it should be oxygenated. Sorry for this. So it should be oxygenated. So it should go to lungs. Are you accepting this? Because it's low oxygen, so it has to be oxygenated, so it must go to lungs. Okay, here I used red color pen. That means it's high in oxygen level. So high oxygen. So contradictory to this, to the last point. So high oxygen means it comes from lungs, and it's already oxygenated, so it should deliver all its oxygen to the body. So it enters the right ventricle and goes to body to deliver oxygen. So it's so simple, so easy. So here now I'm going to help you just to copy this image to the complex image. Okay, right, let's wait. So here I told you low oxygenated blood is coming to the left atrium. So it enters in 2 ways. Okay, from this path and this path the blood enters. So this is called as inferior vena cava. So it's in the inferior part. What is mean by inferior? Inferior means low part. So this is inferior vena cava. We call it IVC, inferior vena cava. And this is superior vena cava. So that we call it SVC. Both the blood enters into the left atrium. Very good. So left atrium, this is not oxygenated. This is the valve I've already told you, that is the tricuspid valve. So this 2 blood, I mean, this comes from the head and neck part, and this comes from head and neck and upper limbs in the sense your hands and all. This is from lower limb, from your leg. So inferior means down part of the body and superior means the upper part of your body. So all the blood, all the low oxygen blood comes to this part and it enters this part. This is called as the left ventricle. I've already told you. So it goes to this place, and after that it should be taken to lungs. We've already talked about it, so it should be taken to lungs. So here this is called as pulmonary trunk. Okay, so you'll be confused. Why am I telling pulmonary trunk? Pulmonary means lungs. So this looks like, if you look at these branches and this trunk, you might get an insight like this look like a tree, right? So it seems like a tree. So this is the trunk of the tree, and these are the branches of the tree, those two blue colored things. So it enters this trunk, pulmonary trunk, but it has another organ, another, how can we say that, another part that is called as lunar valves. Okay, but it called as pulmonary lunar valves because it enters the pulmonary system, so we call it pulmonary lunar valves. So this blood goes to lungs to be oxygenated. So the right part of this branch takes it to the right part of the lungs, and the left part of this branch take that to the left part of this branch. Okay, so this goes to the lungs and it should be oxygenated to come back to the heart again. So now we are going to talk about this part, the right part of the heart. Right part of the heart collects the blood from pulmonary system. I've already told you it's high in oxygen concentration, so it should be come from lungs. So these four are the pathway to get that into the left part, okay, sorry, the right part of the atrium. So these things collects the blood into the right atrium, and here you can see two valves that is called as bicuspid or mitral valve. Those two valves allows the blood to go into this right ventricle. You're right. Okay, from right ventricle it takes it to a body. We already told you, we already discussed about it. We take that to all over a body. So from there, here it takes the blood to all over a body. So how can it take? So here it enters this aorta. We call this aorta. So it enters the aorta. Here also you can see the valves. So the valves are called as aortic, can you guess? Lunar valve. Very good. So here we call it pulmonary lunar valves, and here we call it aortic lunar valves. So it enters this aorta, and we call this part, this is like an arch, right? We call this part as aortic arch. And there you can find three more openings. They are for neck and head and to the body. Okay, so it goes to the body to deliver its high concentration of the oxygen. So this is so easy. This is the main parts of the cardiac system. Next time we'll discuss about the conduction system in the cardiac system. So I hope you enjoy this video. I'll meet you back in another video with surprising news. So until then, bye.